Hello and welcome to the second of 3 videos describing how to use KeaTools for the examples in this book. And here is a list of the examples we are going through. In the first example we have a bookstore who wants to open a new shop somewhere, and they only want to open the shop if the annual expenditure of books and stuff like that in average per household in the town is at least 2,500 crowns. So we have made a survey, 50 observations, and gotten these numbers. First we can see whether the average is above 2,500 Danish crowns by constructing a confidence interval. And this is a confidence interval for a mean with a sample of 50, average of 2,567, and a standard deviation of 328. And we get the rather disappointing result that we cannot be assured that the mean is above 2,500. But, as is explained in the book, we could also make a hypothesis test instead. So we go to this button, test for a mean. We write in our observations. Our null value is the value we're going to compare with, 2,500. As we have a large sample, we use a c-test, and we're going to test right-sided. We want to know whether the mean is above 2,500, meaning we want to exclude this possibility. We want to hopefully reject the null hypothesis that the mean is actually below 2,500. And they get the following p-value, 7.44%. And as this is above 5%, we cannot predict the null hypothesis. We cannot exclude the possibility that the true mean is below 2,500. In the next example, we have a sample of 100 and some observations, and we test again for a mean. Sample size would be 100, average 249.6, standard deviation 2.4. The null value we are going to compare with 250. Again we have a large sample, so we use a c-test. Now we want to conclude that the mean is below 250, so that is our alternative hypothesis. So we test left-sided and get this p-value. Next example, we have a slightly different situation. The dairy one now wants the mean to be exactly 252 grams, and they have some observations. Are these observations consistent with the demand that the mean is 252? Let's test it. So again we test for a mean. The sample size is 100. The observed average is 251.4. The standard deviation is 2.3 grams. And we're going to compare with 252. We have a large observation set, so we use a c-test. And we want to see whether we have equality or not, so we're using a two-sided test. And we get the following results. Now we're going to test for proportion. Over here we have a sample size of 102. We have 17 successes. We want to see whether this is comparable with a proportion of 10%. We use a z-test, and we are going to test right-sided. We want to exclude the possibility that the proportion is less than 10%, and we get the following result. In the next example, we are going to test for a standard deviation. Is the standard deviation actually 3005? We go to Care Tools. We make a hypothesis test. Sample size is 135. The standard deviation observed is 2958. But could this be 3005? We test two-sided and get this result. Now we want to compare two standard deviations. The observed standard deviations are different, but this could be due to statistical fluctuations. So we make a test where we test two standard deviations down here. The first sample from Jutland consists of 26 observations and has the following standard deviation. The second one has this size and the standard deviation, and we test two-sided and get this result. Now we want to compare two samples, an older sample and a younger sample of persons, and we want to see whether there's a difference in the consumption of cheese. Our hypothesis is that the older persons consumes more cheese than the younger persons on average. So we make a hypothesis test for two means. The first sample are the older persons. We type in the observations. And as we believe that the older persons eat more cheese than the younger persons, we choose a right-sided test. We have large samples, so we use a z-test, and we get this result. Now we are going to study some paired observations. We have a dairy who has made a marketing campaign. Sales before, sales after. Has the sales increased by at least 100 Danish crowns a week on average? And we use a hypothesis test for paired observations. The first sample are the after numbers. The second sample are the before numbers. The null value is 100. We want an increase of at least 100. As the sample are large, we can use a z-test, and we want an increase of at least 100, perhaps more. So we're going to test right-sided, and we get the following results. In the last example, we are going to compare two proportions. The proportion of people who don't drink alcohol. So we're going to test for two proportions. The current survey says that out of 1,038 persons, 350 are not drinking alcohol. Last year, 982 persons were asked and 247 people didn't drink alcohol. Has the proportion now increased from the proportion last year? We test right-sided and get this result. That's all. Thank you.